So here's the deal. We're taking something as unassuming as a carrot. You know, the humble little root that's usually just hanging out in a salad. And we are turning it into a masterpiece. A cake so tender, so airy, and so full of flavor. It'll make you wonder why we even bother with chocolate. Well, almost. Hey, I'm Sergey. Welcome to Fabulous Mr. Cupcake, where I bake, you watch, and we both pretend calories don't exist. Ready? Let's do this. First, let's tackle the star of the show, the carrots. I'm grating 220 grams on the large side of a box grater. The coarser texture adds a lovely bite to the cake. Next up, pecans. I'm taking 100 grams and pulsing them in a blender until they are crumbly. Thin granola, not dust. If you don't have pecans, walnuts are a great substitute. Chopping them finely with a knife works perfectly too. Now for the dry ingredients. Take 230 grams of all-purpose flour, add 12 grams of baking powder, 4 grams of cinnamon, and 2 grams of salt, because even cakes need a little drama. Give it a quick mix. See? Easy so far. In a large bowl, crack 4 large eggs. It's about 220 grams total. Add 200 grams of sugar. And whip it up with a mixer on medium-high speed until it's fluffy and pale. It could take up to 5 minutes, so this is your arm workout for the day. Unless you have a stand mixer. In that case, let technology do the work. Then, pour in 140 grams of vegetable oil. Make sure it's neutral. No strong flavors or smells. Sunflower, canola, or any vegetable oil is perfect. Add 10 grams of vanilla extract. The dry mixture we prepared earlier goes in next. Mix it briefly on medium speed, just until combined. 15 to 20 seconds is enough to keep the butter light. Overmixing is the enemy of fluffiness. Finally, fold in grated carrots and chopped pecans. Use a spatula and pretend you are folding laundry. Okay, done. The butter is ready. Now it's time to preheat your oven to 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. I'm using cake rings to bake this beauty, 8-inch or 20 centimeters to be exact. I grease the sides with butter to prevent sticking and to add a little extra flavor. Then, I line the bottoms with foil, pressing it tightly around the edges to create a solid base. This will stop the butter from leaking. Place the rings on a baking tray for stability. If you don't have cake rings, don't worry. Any round or square baking pan will work. Just grease the sides and line the bottom with parchment paper. Divide the butter evenly between rings. You can eyeball it or weigh it if you're feeling precise. Pop the tray into the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. It depends on your oven. We are looking for a golden brown top. Mmm, beautiful. My kitchen now smells like a bakery in a busy morning. Check with a cake tester or a wooden stick. If it comes out clean, they are done. Let the cakes cool completely before we frost them. Patience is a virtue. Also, I've heard. Let's make the frosting. In a large bowl, I am adding 300 grams of cream cheese, 200 grams of ricotta, and 220 grams of powdered sugar. Beat on low to medium speed for about 1 minute until smooth. Then add 300 grams of cold heavy cream and whip until fluffy. The frosting is ready when it holds its shape and stays stable in the bowl, even if you tilt it slightly. Over whipping can ruin the texture, so keep an eye on it. Remove the foil and release the cake from the rings. A knife or plastic spatula will help if necessary. Slice each cake in half horizontally. This is your moment to shine with the longest knife you own. A bread knife works best here, but I don't have one. To assemble, place one of the cake rings on a plate or a cake board. This helps shape the layers into a neat, even cake. Alternatively, you can use the detachable rim from a springform pan for the same effect, or simply stack the layers directly for a more rustic look. Either way, it'll be delicious. Place the first layer inside and spread 1/4 of the frosting evenly on top. Repeat with the remaining layers. Finish with all the remaining frosting on top and smooth it out evenly. Now, carefully remove the rings from the cake. And just like that, the cake is ready. But I'm going to take it a step further because I want this cake to look absolutely spectacular. Decorating is simple but elegant. Arrange pecans on top. Add raspberries around the edges, blackberries, and blueberries. Sprigs of rosemary for color perfection. Feel free to get creative with the decorations, or skip them altogether. Whether it's dressed to impress or simple and rustic, this cake is all about the flavor. Chill the cake for at least 2 hours, or overnight, if you have the self-control for saint. Me? I'm lucky if it lasts an hour. Finally, the moment I was waiting for. Slice into the cake and admire those layers. Take a bite. It's not just a carrot cake. It's a little slice of happiness. Check the description below for conversions of measurements to cups and spoons. storing and serving tips, and the reminder that cake's appearance speaks for itself. It's a real showstopper. Thanks for joining me today, Sergey here on Fabulous Mr. Cupcake. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel. There is always something delicious coming your way. Until next time, happy baking!
Fabulous Mr. Cupcake. Fabulous Mr. Cupcake. Fabulous Mr. Cupcake. Fabulous Mr.